Hello everyone, Adrienne here. If you're new, I want to say welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with the first impression of Juvia's Place New The Tribe palette. I got my palette almost a week ago. I've had it and I just haven't had a chance to work with it, but this is what the palette looks like and the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. The box that it came in looks just like the outer packaging, and the back of it does have writing on it. Tells you where Juvia's Place is located. I think if you want the ingredients though, you're going to need to hang on to the box to get the ingredients, but I'm going to go ahead and open up this palette, and more pretty pictures on the inside of this palette of those same ladies that are on the outside. And this palette is absolutely stunning. I love these colors so much. For me, this was one of the most unique releases in the year of 2018, something really unique and exciting. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some swatches and I'll be right back. Today was my first time working with this palette or swatching it. I've been trying to stay out of it so I could do the swatches and get pictures to go on Instagram for you guys. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, you're going to want to make sure you do that, because I'm not sure when I'll be back on YouTube with another video of a look. I may go ahead and finish doing a few looks with this palette and post the pictures on Instagram, so you'll want to make sure you follow me there. But without further ado, I'm going to show you how I created the look that I'm wearing today. To get started with this look, I'm going to try this shade here. Not sure what to think of it with this being this bright lime green, putting it over my primer. And it's showing up a little bit. I don't know that I want it super bright. I may have to, I'm going to do the other eye, go in with a little bit of that orangish shade to kind of set the base from my primer. I just don't want this to turn into a orange look, but I don't know, just to get my eyelid flesh tone, I may have to go in with that orange shade. But so far, this is blending nicely and seems pretty pigmented. I'm going to take that shade up just a little bit higher. Really blending nicely. Just coming into the inner corner a little bit. It may take me a few minutes to build this shade up since it's such a light kind of neon light, like a pastel shade would be, but I don't think it's doing too bad so far. So I am going to stop there, and I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go in with this color here. And hopefully it won't turn too orange on me, just to get close to the brow bone. And the thing I'm liking so far with trying this is the shades seem buildable. They're pigmented, but they're buildable, which is something that I'm happy to see with this palette, because it's such a different color combination, not your everyday neutrals. So it's kind of nice not to put it down and have a look turn into something you weren't anticipating and being scared to get into more colors. So that is what this looks like. I think this side, that shade here that I put down, it looks like I got a little more on this side, so I'm going to even it out on this right eye. Tipping my mirror a little bit to make sure that I'm not getting a glare and thinking I've got more on one eye than the other. Okay, I'm going to stop there building that color, and we're going to wait and see if any of those shades that I just put down oxidize. I think for the lid, there's so many colors in this palette that I want to use. I hate that I have to limit it to just a couple of shades, but I know I definitely want this blue. I'm just debating on whether or not I want to try to mix that gold with it. I don't want it to be boring, but I really do want to do that blue all over the lid, so I think I'm going to go for it. And I'm going to use this Wet n Wild brush here. So let's see how it packs on using a brush. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this color is so pretty. and it's so pigmented. I think I want to put this all over the lid. I cannot believe how fast this shade is going down. Wow. I'm going to bring it up just a smidgen higher. This is such a pretty color. Now for the other eye. Oh, what a pretty color. And I'm almost done building this lid shade. I think I'm going to do a little bit more close to the actual lash line. And I'm going to stop here because I do want to add this color green in the crease. And let's see. I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. blending brush to do that. Just get it right in that crease. Come down toward the inner corner and blend. This color is building nicely. Now I'm going to do the other eye. A little bit of this color does go a long way. Just kind of packing it in there. Now I'm going to blend it out. Get it up a little bit higher here. A little bit more. And I also want to use this color here, so I'm going to take a blending brush and add it to the outer V. Not sure I want to put it in the crease yet because there's one more color I want to try to use for that. Just trying to get as many colors down as I can this first go around with the palette. Alright, and I'm going to sit that down. I want to go in with this color also, so let me find a blending brush for that. So I'm going to go in with this blending brush with this shade here now. Oh, and that's a neat color. Huh, this looks brown in the pan, but it definitely isn't applying brown. So I am going to continue to build that shade. Coming into that inner crease on both sides. Coming into the inner corner, I should say. Wow, I am not used to bold, vivid looks like this, so you guys are definitely going to need me to give me some feedback on this because I'm kind of shocked just looking at it right now. Not in a bad way, but I definitely feel kind of shocked. Come down in that inner crease just a little bit more with that shade. And I think I'm going to go back in with this shade here and just pack it in that outer V. I like what it's doing with this color mixed together. It's adding a lot of intensity to it. And they're blending very well and not really muddying together. Sometimes when you have colors like these and you try to blend them together, they just turn into straight mud and it doesn't hold a distinct color, but I do feel like it is holding both of those shades that I put down. And now that I've got that built up, I'm going to put this down and go back in and just blend a little bit more of this shade to soften up the edges towards the inner corner of the eye. Okay, and the side needs a little bit more. And I'm going to go back with this first brush here, and I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more of this color here, closer to the brow bone, and just kind of blend everything out. I'm just going to lightly swipe it right in here. The eyeshadow primer works as a good highlight for me, so I don't like to cover it all the way up. I just go ahead and set it with the base shade that I use. A little bit more of that. Okay, and I'm going to stop here and I'm going to go finish with liner, lashes, and the rest of my face, and I will be back with a completed look. So for my first impressions of this palette, and I'm going to go ahead and hold the palette open. I like to do that so I can point to the shades while I'm talking. I have to say that I have been so surprised by this palette. I think I would have created my first look a little bit differently had I had a chance to swatch it before I actually started applying it. There were some things I just didn't expect from certain shades, like I didn't use this shade today, but from doing the swatches, this is one of the most pretty duochromes I've ever seen. It's got a lime green shift to it, and I don't know if you guys can see it off camera, but looking down in my mirror right now, in the middle where I've swatched it and run my finger through it, I can see like the lime green duochrome. And this shade down here I thought would be a blue shade, but it turns out that it's really not blue at all. It's kind of a baby pukey green color, but it's quite unique and it works beautifully with the other shades in the palette. And also, this shade here performed differently. I thought it was going to be a gold, but it's not your typical average gold. It's got a lot of green to it. And I did go ahead and add this shade here in the inner corner, the tear ducts of my eye, to just add a little bit of pop of color. And to complete this look, I pretty much just went in and deepened in all the shades in the same order that I already applied them. Sometimes when I get off camera and I get up close to my mirror, I see that I need to deepen some of the shades and blend a little more. So that's all I did to complete the look, and applied lashes and liner. But I can tell you, I was pleased with how quickly this metallic shade went on here. It didn't take any building at all. It popped right on. And the matte shades, they were not patchy. They blended even, and it didn't take a lot of work to build the color and intensity. They're not super pigmented right out of the palette, but I don't think I would want them to be super pigmented. I think that it would make a mess while you were creating your look. If these colors came out with high pigmentation, you'd be blending forever trying to get such a dramatic look together. But like I said initially, I think this is one of the most unique releases of the 2018, and I would definitely, going on first impressions, recommend this palette if you don't have something like this with these lime greens in your collection, because it's so unique and different. I feel like we've had so many palettes that have just been a regurgitation of the same thing over and over, and I don't feel this way about this palette. So I think it's something that's exciting enough to add to your collection. And if I didn't say already, I paid $20 for this palette, and I went ahead and paid the price for shipping. My order wasn't big enough to get free shipping, and this palette did take almost 2 weeks, if not 2 weeks, to get to me. So paying for shipping didn't really speed up the process. Sometimes I wish that Juvia's did ship a little bit faster, because they're one of the slowest companies besides Revolution, which is actually sending their products from overseas. So that gives them a little bit more of an excuse. Their shipping just takes a little too long, but I was still just as excited to get the palette, and I'm very excited about the look I created. I can say though, had I known how the shades were going to work, this shade here, I probably wouldn't have used it up here. It did kind of turn a brighter orange than what I wanted. I probably would have put it a little further down and just built the lime green up a little bit, but that's why they call it a first impression, because you get to see what it looks like right out the gate for someone the first time I've ever picked the palette up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. You're also going to want to hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button so YouTube notifies you every time I upload a new video. I'll see you guys soon.